When it comes to activating social media in your recruitment, marketing, and employer branding efforts, you really want to ask yourself one question to start. Why? And I'm not saying you should question whether this is important, though certainly you need to understand that it is if you're going to be dedicating resources to it. But what you really need to say is, what are the ideal outcomes behind your social media efforts? Who are you trying to reach? What messages are you trying to tell? What perceptions are you trying to shape? Starting with the why is a really important aspect of social activation because it helps you understand the types of messaging that you want to develop and ultimately informs your strategy and your short-term tactics of how you're going to be executing. So assuming that you have your why, you know the audience you're trying to reach, then it comes to activating your channels. And many organizations will start with the big three, which are Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And while all of these can be useful depending on the population you're trying to reach, that why, the answer to the why, will really help you understand where you should be focusing your efforts. It may be LinkedIn and Twitter and not as much Facebook. It may be more Facebook and less LinkedIn. It really depends on the audience that you're ultimately trying to reach. And when it comes to actually deploying social media, many organizations, once you have the platforms established, you're going to look at different types of content. And again, according to your why will help inform your strategy around the kind of content that you're looking to share. What content tends to resonate with most audiences is real content about the work experience. Show me the office. Show me the people. Show me company activities and things that are happening. And I'm not talking about social responsibility day where everybody goes and paints a house. Those things may be useful depending on the kind of audience, but it's more of what is the real day-to-day of the employee experience. That's the kind of stuff that candidates tend to respond to. And then one thing that's also important to keep in mind is because there isn't, you're just new on this journey and you're trying to understand what content's going to resonate with your audience, measure. You've got to measure the engagement around the social posts that you're sharing, because ultimately, if one type of content you find is not resonating with the audience, you need to either change that content up or move away from it. So no matter what platform you're using, always measure the engagement around your content so that you can make informed pivots when you need to adjust different strategies. The other piece to keep in mind is social media and finding out what that sweet spot is really all about experimentation. So don't be afraid to take risks. There are very few tried and true playbooks on what kind of content will exactly work. So try different things. Get out of your comfort zone a little bit. That's the whole fun of using social media and employer branding. Engage with your employees, engage with your fans, engage with your audience. And really the way that you find out what content is really going to resonate is by mixing up different types of content and really measuring that so you understand what's going to be sticky and what's going to not be sticky and adjust accordingly.